What's up, beautiful Capricorn? I'm here with your March 2020 energy reading. I'm here after taking a break for 2 months. I definitely needed to move into more self-care, better boundaries and stuff like that. Just needed some time off to do some inner soul searching. But I think a lot of Capricorns can kind of relate to that energy of needing to pull back or too much stuff happening. This video can be used for your sun, moon, or rising, or of course if you're cross-watching for a loved one. Don't forget to switch up the roles. I'm here with you today. My children are in the background, they're playing. I'm called the psychic mom, so they are totally all over the place today, probably going to say hi a couple of times too. So if you really don't like to see any children, first of all, you're really at the wrong channel. Second of all, just click away from this video, because there might be a possibility that they want to say hi or that they want to say something to them mom, or that you might hear them singing a little song or playing or jumping up on the couch. They can do that over here. So let's just move into this energy. I'm kind of hyped though. I really wanted to make your reading. There were a couple days going by and I was like, oh, I definitely need to do Capricorn first. Now, after I did the tree that already up, I really need to do Capricorn first. So let's just see what energy the month of March is going to bring you, beautiful Capricorns. Yes, I feel so much heat going to your veins. I feel like this heat, this energy moving through me, and I kind of feel passionate. I kind of feel for some it's passion, for some Capricorn it's passion, for some are heated because they're mad or angry or in conflict. Let me see what we got for you. I'm going to do these two too. Whoops. Okay, Capricorn, thank you. Oh, I'm getting a little bit of a headache over here on this side of the eye. That's my left side. Yes, okay, so let's see. Oh, we got for you, don't let pride get in your way, Capricorn. Then we got bring love into the situation. We got reflect. We got the sage reversed. We got forgiveness. We got domestic harmony. I already felt this. And here is moderation. Moderation, do I say it right? I hope I do. Okay, so what I'm feeling here, we got first of all the full moon in Leo and a new moon in Aquarius cards here for you. What I'm picking up on when it comes to your March, that I feel that there maybe in the beginning of 2020 there has been some stuff that has been coming to the surface for you. It might be things coming back, old patterns coming back, or old stuff that hasn't been resolved for maybe 20 years, 10 years, 7 or 5 years, or maybe even from your childhood. There's this pattern that every couple of years it arises, and it arises as a volcano, right? So it's always kind of there, but I kind of feel like it erupts at certain points, and these are actually really the breaking points, or the on edge points, or the down points, like the points that are really I really want to say fucking with your brain. That's what it comes to mind first, fucking with your brain. So I kind of feel like you need to have there is all this stuff going on. There's so many things happening in so many different fields for most Capricorns. I kind of feel like you're being pulled in different directions, and I kind of feel that most of you have done a lot of work and are really open to do things in a new, totally different way. But there might be a situation that's kind of triggering you, or there might be a situation that's kind of pulling you back to that old feeling. There's this grudge, there's this anger, there's this heat that I feel inside of my body. And if it's not anger, if you're a Capricorn and you have worked through your anger and you have worked through your resentment, there is something there that's bugging you, that has been happening outside of yourself, an influence from an outside party that is actually really, oh yay, boomba, I want to say getting you off your game, or making you feel some type of way. That's the best way to explain. I feel like for different Capricorns it will mean something else, but I feel like it's getting to you. It's I feel my heart racing. I feel it's kind of like somebody is like squeezing my heart really tight. You're a little bit on edge. Some of y'all are grieving. Some of y'all are grieving an old relationship. Some of y'all are grieving some type of something, maybe some breakup or some loss. It could be something from the past, or it could be something recent for some of y'all. What I'm definitely seeing here is that it's important for you to not think that you are always right, to not think that you are always yes, yeah, you have your perspective, and there's this your part of the story, but there's also someone else's part of the story, and then there's always the truth, or let me say it like this. You can have a story, the other person can have a story, and these stories might, for some reason, when you're talking to one another or having conflict, might not sound the same. But when you put them close to one another and explain them without being in a argumentative or an angry or an upset type of energy, when you focus on the love, and when you focus on healing, and when you focus on really listening to what someone else is saying, really listening to, okay, they're saying this, and instead of like feeling defensive, like you need to defend yourself, and thinking like, oh my god, like this person says this about me, it's not true. Instead of saying it's not true, say, okay, this is this person's perspective, this is how this situation has played out for this person, how this person really feels about the situation. And I kind of really feel that that's what the approach that you need to take on in the entire March. I even want to say March, April, May, June. Yeah, so I feel it's going to be a stretch for you, Capricorns. So yeah, sorry, I had to take a break for a moment. But it's really important for you to keep in mind that you need to focus upon love this entire period, because there are some things coming to the surface that really need your attention. They really need you to focus upon the bigger picture of things, to focus upon healing, to focus upon listening instead of acting and reacting and responding from a place of defensiveness and a place of, I want to say, the old you, because I feel like you have done a lot of there's been a lot of change for you. You have you, once upon a time, you said, I will be closing this book. I'm done with this. We're no longer going to do things the way we did them. We're going to turn over a new leaf. And now you're kind of back at responding in a certain way that kind of feels old, the old you. And this is actually you purging it. So it's not really you, unless you're actually going really into the energy. If there is a little bit of a response that's like the past, that's okay. Don't worry too much about it. This is just purging. But when you're going to go all in and you're just going on warfare, or really like doing the repeating the pattern that you have been repeating for the last couple of, I don't know how long, could be for a couple of years, could be for a very long time, depending on you and the pattern that's coming to you at this moment, of course. I would really recommend you, Capricorns, to not let your pride and your ego get in the way. And a lot of people get a really allergic energy or allergic reaction when it comes to when we're talking about ego. And I really am not looking at ego that way, like as in you're egocentric, or like people think like ego, ooh, and they get really defensive also about that energy. But ego is simple, the other side of us. Like we got a couple of sides. We are multifaceted beings, but we got this light side and we got this shadow side. And light is the higher self that always responds from a love-based space. And then we got the ego, and it's always trying to protect us, and it's always bringing us back to things from the past, and it's always in a defensive mode, in a very like overprotective energy mode. Like it's always telling us things that we cannot do, or we're not good at this, or we're not good at that. It's the more negative side of us. So we got the negative side of us, we got the more positive side of us, or the higher consciousness, and the little bit of a lower consciousness that we all our bodies, we all have that, right? In this situation, make sure you don't respond from that lower base perspective, from that ego perspective, from the perspective that is thinking of fear, is acting out of fear, or is acting out of anger, or other emotions that are very lower energy based, right? I really want you to focus upon love. I really want you to focus upon moving forward. This is a serious situation where you, in the month of March, are able to reflect upon all your relationships, but also upon yourself. Are you doing things the way you really want them to do? If you're looking in the mirror and thinking about the way you speak, thinking about the way you handle certain situations, the choices that you make, do you feel good about yourself? And what is this that is coming to the surface that is really triggering you, or that is really like getting you out of your comfort zone to either respond in a different way or to let things erupt and get to a very destructive energy? And I kind of feel like if you're choosing the path that's a more destructive, more ego-based energy, I kind of feel like you will be at some point reaping the seeds that you're sowing. And they're not necessarily going to come from the other person or from that situation. They might come in a different form, but there will be some repercussions. There will be some there will be something happening. There will be a conclusion. There will be a karma responding to the way you act, and that can go all the ways. Like if you're doing things in a totally new way, like with the different intentions than the last time, things will happen and play out in a different light, in a different energy, and the response from the universe will be totally different. The response from the people involved will be totally different. If you're battling with someone that is not someone that is able to be kind or to look at things from different perspectives, just make sure that you don't give them too much of your energy so that you won't be sucked into their drama loop. Yeah, that's it. I kind of feel like there's some drama loop for some Capricorns coming to the surface, and I really don't think this is for all Capricorns, because I know that there are some Capricorns that are in a very more stable type of energy, that have worked really hard, but there still might be something popping up for you that is connected to some sort of drama loop energy. There might be something like, there might be this trauma or this thing that happened or this argument that happened that now became some like poison energy inside of your body. Like every time you think about it, you're thinking like, ugh, or you get some like nasty reminders, or just like you want to avoid the situation. And I kind of feel like some of y'all are responding to that with an addiction. So there might be this addiction arising. This could be food, could be smoking, could be alcohol, it could be drugs, could be got cut off. It could be anything that you're doing that is too much, and that is actually a way of you coping with something, coping mechanism, right? This could also be, there's also this Aquarius energy there, and I also feel that there's this Aries energy there, very present. Could also be a water sign. No, not water sign. I'm not talking about water sign. This could also be a fire sign, and situation with a fire sign, situation with an air sign popping up for you, right? For some of y'all, not for all of you, of course. It's very important to forgive both yourself for the way that you have responded in the past. There might be coming some truth to the surface. There might be a way you might have done something maybe in the past that's coming back, or someone has pushed you to the point where you did something that you actually don't really like, or that you actually think, I could have done better. It's not really in integrity of how I live right now or what I believe in. Forgive yourself, but also be really open to forgive other people and to see the different point of views and perspectives in the situation involved. This could be, I kind of feel like this is a very close to home situation for a couple of people, family related, maybe even parenting children, maybe even partners. This could also be on work or friendship related. I feel like it has to do with a lot of like, we got a domestic harmony of course here. So this definitely has, for multiple Capricorns, this has to do with the home you grew up in, the home you live in, the home that's divided, the home that's coming together. It definitely has to do with people close to you, but for some it could also mean friendships or on a work field, right? Whatever this pattern is, maybe if you already like healed some of the pattern, it might be brought to light now in a different perspective. So you might see that you're still repeating that pattern, but maybe not in the same way as you used to. So maybe it's not in a family way that you used to do in the past, and now you notice that it is actually happening in the work field. For example, maybe you're having some issues with your colleagues or with your boss. That's actually called sage. Sage is coming. There's definitely this, saying this, seeing this here, she brought this here. There's definitely a transformation going on for you. And I definitely feel that you have a chance this time around to make totally different and new decisions when it comes to this situation. And you can feel more free, and you can just really like fly away. Yeah. Okay, wait 1 second. So yeah, I also see here, so yeah, there's definitely this, you trying to find a balance, you trying to keep things more civil. Some of y'all are working on having a very harmonious relationship, or some of y'all are working on changing your home, or want to get back. There's some, I feel some energy of some of you people are missing home, or might be being nostalgic when it comes to your home, or your childhood home, right? Whatever I want to say when it comes to the addiction type of energy that we picked up on. Yes. So yeah, the moderation card is definitely here for some of y'all that have been dealing with addiction that's coming to the surface. Also, when we're talking about your relationships and the way you respond, do everything, take a few steps back before you respond to certain situations. You can definitely take time to respond, maybe give people like, oh, I'm going to respond to you in a week's time, or just give me 24 hours to think about this, so that you won't respond out of anger. But also when you respond, don't be resentful, and don't be doing things from a getting back at people type of perspective, because that's going to not be very beneficial for you in the end, right? Oh, let me see. The month of March for beautiful Capricorn. All that you really want is you want to have balance. You want to have joy. You want to live a totally different life than you're used to in the past. You're really done with the things that happened in the past, and you're really ready to enjoy your life and go into things in a new perspective. We got the Sun card here, so I feel like definitely some of y'all have been dealing with situations in a relationship or children. We got 3 generations here, so it might be a pattern that comes from like three generations, from the parents to you to your children, or from your grandparents to your parents to you. There's this three layered generational pattern coming to the surface, and I really see that you want to like enjoy this. This card came in upside down, reversed, and what I'm definitely feeling here, we got also the 10 of Cups, we got the 2 of Pentacles, we got the 3 of Wands, we got the 4 of Pentacles, we got the King of Wands, and we got the Knight of Wands. So there's definitely a lot of Wands energy there though. I gotta say that I feel that you're really ready to have more balance. You're trying to juggle things. You really want to be happy and want to focus on living your happily ever after, right? You're just done with all the bull crap, so to say. And you also kind of feel like you also want to make up with your friends, family members, or people that have been in the past. There's this changed energy over you. You're just like, no, we're not gonna do the same. We're not gonna do this another decade again, or multiple decades again. You're just ready to do something new. And I feel like if you're focused up on love, and if you're focusing up on doing things from a different perspective, taking your time, trying to be a little bit more kinder, trying to respond from a different perspective. I know you're really early when it comes to the way you think, but it's okay to every now and then think about how other people perceive certain situations, right? I feel that a little bit tied up when it comes to your emotions, or you might be a little bit scared of letting something slide, or you're just, I kind of feel like you're sitting on your anger here. It's not you're sitting on your finances. I kind of feel like you shut everybody out. The door's closed with I don't know how many locks, and you're sitting there on this thing here with all your emotions inside there. And I kind of feel that you're just like a little bit angry. You're just a little bit angry. And I feel like in the situation, it's okay to be angry. Anger is just an emotion, and it's there to show you something. It's there to show you that something needs to change. But I kind of feel like you might not be clear on what needs to change, or either you think that you know what needs to be changed with the sage energy here, but I kind of feel that it might not be, you might not be looking at it from a different perspective. So in March, there's definitely a new perspective arising for you. A perspective that's going to help you plan. Some of y'all are going to, I'm hearing to court. Some of y'all are going to court. Some of y'all are having to do with some documents that need to be signed. Some of y'all are planning something. Some of y'all are planning something. I definitely feel like you need to listen to your intuition, take it slow, be very mindful of the steps that you're taking on. I feel some of y'all might have jumped into something and you haven't thought about it up front. Maybe somebody stirred the fire pot, and somebody stirred the pot, and now there's all these dragons in the way, right? So I feel like if you're approaching this in the wrong energy or with the wrong intention, I definitely feel that you might come across a couple of very big dragons. So in order for you to not get in connection with these dragons, it's really important to just like stay at a distance, respond with love, make sure that pride doesn't get in the way. If you're like totally not feeling this, Capricorn, and you're thinking about, oh, but I'm not the one that's prideful, that's the other person, there might be a reason that there might for some of y'all be a possibility that you're dealing with someone that's giving you this energy, and you actually really don't know what to do with it. And if you don't know what to do with it, if you don't know how to deal with someone's pride, the answer is respond from love. And some people will say, well, not all situations are possible to approach them with love. If you're working with somebody that's like in a work field, or that somebody's really hateful, if it's not love, let's just keep it neutral. Okay, if you're not able to commit to approaching situations with love, I would recommend you to approach situations on as much as possible neutral way. So beautiful Capricorn, this is your reading. I really hope that it resonates with you. Let me know down in the comments. I'm really happy to be back. I'm really thankful for all your likes, comments, and subscribes. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you will be notified every time I upload a new video. Sending you so much love and good energy from me to you, and have a beautiful March, and stay really close to who you really are, who you really want to be in the future, and don't go back to the past. The past is the past. We're done with that. Not saying it can be talked about and it can be healed, but you shouldn't be living there, right? Sending you all my love and blessings. Goodbye.